Welcome back to Girls Overheard. We are three tired girlies today.
We really are.
We're sitting with our legs in a basket. Is that what you would call this?
Cross-legged.
Oh, you're cross-legged. I am side saddle.
Oh, side saddle.
Yeah.
I'm a lady.
I'm a lady.
Wait, do you know what? I think we just had to put our wee feet up today because we did 22,000
Was
steps.
that the final?
It was the
count
final number.
yesterday?
It's not. It was. I'm just averaging it.
Yeah.
To the nearest, rounding up to the nearest number. It was 22,000 steps yesterday.
It was a lot.
Wowee.
A lot of stairs.
We went to
A lot of
Dublin.
stairs.
Dublin for the day,
Dublin for the day.
which was actually an idea from last week's show, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was actually really good. If anyone's thinking about something to do, then the flights, depending where you're coming from, but I'm assuming most people, quite a large majority, listen from Glasgow.
Yep.
So
Super
it's
easy.
actually really cheap.
7:45 flight.
Yep.
Yep.
It's supposed to be 9:45 flight home.
It's
So you
not.
basically get like a full time, but it's £35.
It's really
That's
good.
so cheap.
And sometimes it's cheaper than that. You
I
can
think
sometimes
that
get it
might
for
be-
like £20.
I think that might be cheaper than getting the train from Glasgow to Edinburgh.
Maybe. Not
thinking
not
about-
far.
Yeah.
Not far.
It's about the same.
Not far off. And we've all been
Roughly.
to Edinburgh.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Never been to Dublin.
But yeah, we got up. So
Very
we ended
good.
up, we got up at what, like 5 yesterday?
No, that was you, Ailey.
Okay, you got up at 3.
I had to wash my hair, dry it, and then curl it. So I had to get up at 3, but then I was too excited, so I didn't even fall asleep until about like 1:30. It was stupid. I should have just stayed up.
Yeah. But it was great because what we then did, we got to Dublin Airport, which
Yep.
was dead easy to get through.
It was about 50
It's very
miles.
big.
Hang on, wait, we haven't spoke about the plane journey and the varying levels of excitement on the plane. I would say we were normal, right? We were just normal morning.
Yeah.
The ones in front of us, what were some of the phrases that we heard on the way there?
Right, so they started chatting to a guy behind them.
My favourite one. Here for a good time, not for a long time.
Love it.
These are like drunk.
was-
I think they were going for the day, weren't
Yeah, 'cause they
they?
came back
There was
to
a
the
drunk.
home beside us.
Yeah, there was a drunk crowd. They definitely weren't as
They
lady
were
on the way
funny
back.
though.
They were really funny. But the fact that we were just spectators because we weren't fully awake yet, the monster hadn't kicked in. We were
No.
just watching, and they made
They
a
were on the
pal.
wine.
They made a pal with some like single guy.
Yeah.
And on the way out, she's like, "Make sure you've got your condoms."
Because he had met a girl in Spain.
I think it was.
And he was away to go and meet her and meet the family and all that. And so they were like getting him all geared up for it. And they were like, make sure you've got your condoms. And he was like, I'll no need them. And then what was it? They said, oh, you're going in bareback.
Bareback way.
That's how loud.
I was
how
like-
loud on that plane.
That was it. That was a.
There's children here.
That was a louder flight than our Portugal one.
That's so
Portugal
true, by the
was
way.
a pure what lives away. You were like, it'll be party
Yeah.
central. Silence.
No, the Dublin one was good. It was a short flight, wasn't it?
Do you know what was quite funny about that though? Ailey made a good point. Like we just kind of took that at face value when he said, I'll not need them, right?
Yeah, because as soon as he said it, they went, get your condoms. He went, I won't need them. And they went, way. It just kind of sounds like nobody's going to shag you.
Just kind of sounds like you're going for dinner.
I'm not going
You
to
are
need
just
them.
meeting the parents and that's it.
Boring.
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 Which brings us to the next point.
Got there, we got the bus.
Yeah.
Bus was fine.
Bus was fine.
Bus was fine.
Yeah.
Really, really easy. 16 quid return. No bother. 45 minutes there, 16 minutes back.
Tell me how that works.
How does that make sense? It was like practically the same route. But anyway, so we got there, went to, I'd made a little itinerary.
Of course she did. Mum had the phone out all day with the sat nav.
We were botting about like Pokemon Go,
Them-
following Ash.
Them two have got no awareness of anything. At one point, I think you pointed up the way and it was like, is the water over there? I'm like, are you honestly kidding? Like, there's no GPS or like
No.
compass within you, like no sense of direction whatsoever. It's quite funny to watch. But anyway, I feel like I kind of like stepped up and took that role. And we went to the Guinness factory only because everyone was saying the Guinness storehouse is like a must do tourist attraction. It's really good. Even I was literally sold it as, even if you don't like Guinness, it's still so much fun to go and do.
Why though?
Now, this was over 100 quid for 3 tickets.
Yep.
That got you it wasn't quite the VIP experience, but it was like you got a pint with your face printed on it.
Yep.
So we all got our, like, which was nice.
It was quite nice.
I mean, it looked nice.
It looked nice. That was a
Did
good
not
thing.
taste nice.
I would have preferred it to be a coffee.
Yeah, that should be an option.
Yeah. Would you like a coffee or would you like a coffee or a Guinness?
No,
Would you like a flat white or a Guinness?
the guy was actually very pissed off when we asked what other options have you got.
Yeah, and it was Guinness or beer.
And then
Beer.
the thing is, I seen them behind the bar. They were drinking like water with a touch of blackcurrant in it, like diluting juice. I went, oh my God, have you got blackcurrant? Just shove some blackcurrant in it. And literally sacrilege. They couldn't believe it.
No.
It was still awful. So yeah, that was it was a bit like a school trip, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. I just think everyone in that setting, right? You see, even the people that say, "Oh, you need to go to the Guinness thing," they are all lying. I honestly believe that. I
They're all
think
actors.
everyone is acting and pretending that they find that fun, because who finds that fun? Wandering about and reading things about the fermentation process.
No,
And
it was the smelling room. I
that
couldn't
was
handle
the-
it.
do you want to
War.
smell
There's
all the
big
individual
tubes.
ingredients?
The
No.
big tubes, and it was like,
However,
it was like
we did sense the notes of chocolate.
But did you give a fuck? I didn't.
I mean,
No.
it smelled nice.
I just did not
I
care.
couldn't handle the embarrassment of these were like big tubes that came out the ground, weren't they? Almost like a massive fragrance diffuser.
Yeah,
that's what it was,
like.
right?
Bless.
But
It smelled awful.
it smelled one smelled like candida infection. This
Yeah.
is the yeast fermentation. Oh well, somebody needs to go and get caniston because that doesn't sound healthy.
It doesn't.
So and then thing is, everyone's over giving it a pure waft of like they were like what would you even call it, wafting it into their faces?
Yeah,
and, like,
and then acting interested.
like,
You're acting.
Stop it! You don't even know what you're talking about.
There's no way you find this fun.
This could smell like shite, and you would still pretend you liked
Uh-huh.
it.
It did smell like shite a wee bit. It did
But that's
smell.
why I do think that is a big point of it. People go, "Oh, I've paid for it, so I don't want to admit to myself that it was shite."
Yep.
So they'd be like, "Yeah, everyone should go because it's really good. It's really
It's tourist
informative."
maths.
Now we know how to make Guinness.
It's only 4 ingredients.
Boring.
How could we
It's only
not?
4 ingredients.
Yeah.
The one bit I did like was the big bit that looked like pampas grass.
What's the 4 ingredients? Did you learn?
Barley.
95% water.
Barley, water, yeast, hops.
Is hops an ingredient?
Sugar. I thought it was sugar, and then the sugar ferments into and changes into
At
alcohol.
232 degrees.
But the funniest
There we
thing
go.
was the first two
One
floors.
degree more, the whole place would go on fire. Remember those times that we were like, whoa!
That's the most interesting thing you've ever said.
Someone turn it up 1 degree so that no one needs to experience this.
See, because it was actually booked at those the first 2 floors, you were really reading it
You were
to
acting,
be like,
yeah.
this is really interesting. I'm going to make sure we get our money out of this. And I just turned to Taylor and I was like, do we actually need to read this? And she's like, no. But you were like fully engrossed.
I was
Then
reading it out to you. So I was taking you on the tour.
Mummy, I want to go home.
Yeah.
And then we did many flights of stairs, went up to the top.
Got a
Everyone
pint.
drinking. I was just looking at them all going, you can't be enjoying this.
They
It's
all
terrible.
looked disgusted, but they were smiling politely
Yeah.
at each other. And like, you could admit to each other that this is shite. It's absolutely fine.
We can still want to learn about it, but give me a gin at the top.
Yeah. They
Give me
also
a
don't
wine.
need, they don't need us. Like, we're not the target market.
No, we're
the
not.
Americans are keeping them afloat anyway.
Oh, they love it.
They were loving it. They were the only ones that were not acting.
Lapping
They
it
really
up.
did love that.
Lapping up. And then what we did is we left there and obviously 22,000 steps, travelled by foot from the Guinness storehouse down to like civilization where there's like the bars and all that kind of stuff. At that point, we were walking going, this seems a bit strange around here. It's like all houses. This is like, it's like a scheme. It feels like a development or whatever.
Oh, but it's pretty. Look at those.
I know.
Look at
Yeah,
those
look at
flowers
them.
on the
They've got
door.
their wee trees. That's
Halloween
nice.
wreaths on their doors.
We
like,
had we basically had on the rose tinted glasses of look at this new place. This
and
is
then
so nice.
the Truman Show extra, which was the street sweeper,
Uh-huh.
wheels up with the wheelie bin and like his
But
little
what a good
little
prop for
picker.
him.
What a great
Yes.
prop! What were you hiding in there? And he kind of like turned down and sort of looked at us, and then am I lying when I say that he quickened his step and came running towards us
Yes.
and was like,
Yeah, he done a double take.
"Girls, girls, girls,
You want to get the fuck out of here.
why are you in? What are you doing around here?
What are you doing
Where
here?
are these ends?"
We were like, what are you talking about? This place is lovely. He was like,
"This is dangerous.
this is dangerous. There's addicts everywhere.
You
You're
need
in
to
like the
get to
roughest
fuck."
part of Dublin. Like, what are you doing here?
He
And
worked
we
for
were
the
like-
council. He was,
Yeah.
What was his name again?
Kay Gleno.
Kay Gleno. Well, no, this will tell you in a second. But he was like, you just need to get away from here immediately. Like, you basically stick out like sore thumbs.
And at that moment, it was as if somebody just took the glasses off.
Yep.
'Cause he went, there's addicts everywhere. Look around you. Look at that park. And we looked at the park and it was like, looked like zombies everywhere.
That's the truest
But the
thing.
And we went,
was-
oh my God, everyone's on drugs.
They were all sitting there with their big, massive dogs as well. We're like, oh my God, this is like a telly show.
And the other thing was, we seen all these kids going around in bikes going, oh, like, that's cute. The kids all around the bikes. 100% doing drug
They
deals.
were doing drug deals.
Dropping off drugs.
Yeah. Are you on drugs?
We were like, oh, look at the children all out playing. And then we're like, hang on a second,
Uh-huh.
this is a Tuesday.
As soon
They're
as-
working.
Why are you not in school? As soon as he said that, even every person that walked past them you could see they were on drugs and you were going, oh my God, why did we not realise this?
It was so scary. Like, God
We're
love,
just so
like, what a
happy to be there.
horrendous thing. Like, no, but, like, to be serious, how harrowing is that? Like, it's
Oh,
so
it was
awful.
scary. As
But
soon as he
also,
said it.
for us, you kind of go, like, people at that point of desperation will literally do anything to get money. So, like, are we going to get mugged here?
And we clearly
It was
looked like
pure
tourists.
scary.
The fact that he was able to say to us, we obviously looked like tourists.
Yeah.
Given the fact that you were walking in front with your big iPhone trying to get us directions to Temple Bar, you couldn't be more obvious that we're tourists.
I know.
But yeah, he came over and he was so nice and he was like, next time you come here, add me on Instagram and we'll go out. Don't know how we became best
And then
pals.
he was like, I'd love to take you to this lovely restaurant down the front. Remember? He was like, get a nice meal in there.
He
Yeah.
told us-
brass.
and then he gave us his Instagram and left, and now we can't find him. He's
know.
called Kay Gleno, and we can't find him.
Is that definitely his name though? 'Cause the accent was strong.
Kay Gleno. What else would it say? Kay. What else would the name be?
Oh my God, but it's Ireland, so it's like everything's spelt pure back to front.
K-A-I-G-H.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, maybe
We
we've
didn't
not
even
looked
think
for
of this. How do you spell K in Irish?
K-A-I-G-H-L.
COAMG.
Every letter that doesn't belong there.
But yeah, so we did that. We quickened our pace and we ran all the way to.
We crossed the street quite a few times to
Yeah,
avoid
we did.
potential robberies that thought
But we
were gonna
got to the
happen.
Temple Bar.
We got
We
there.
went to the place that everybody suggested.
It's Christmassy.
Fully kitted out in Christmas stuff already. It was stunning. It was a bit of a trip actually turning up, and it was all the Christmas trees.
Yeah, it was weird.
Fully,
We were like, how
fully
long have we been
dressed
walking?
Iron Santa in the middle of the courtyard
Yeah.
and everything. But how now? So expensive. We had to remove drinks from the tab.
Honest to God, it's when I was seeing him ringing that up.
Back down to earth.
3 gin and tonics, or 3 gin and lemonades, whatever we'd ordered, and 3 baby Guinness.
Yeah.
Guess how much?
£40.
No,
£40, Alan.
Alan's doing that thing that when you say something how much and they go 2p just to like go in low and kill the conversation
What
slowly.
a cheap date.
It was actually €90.
€90.
The 3 shots and 3 drinks.
And thank God he went away to check if they had rhubarb gin, because then he came back and you were like, actually just going to take the baby Guinness off,
Yeah,
because
we
we
don't
just
want them
noticed that that's
anymore.
90 quid and we don't want to spend
Oh, we
that.
never
chicken-
embarrassed ourselves and said it was 90 quid. We were just like,
No.
we don't want that in. We
No,
don't
have you
need them
changed our
anymore.
mind? We've just changed our mind. Just take that off.
And it took it down to like 45, but it's basically like 12 quid a drink.
Yeah, it's
12 quid a
Crazy.
drink.
Absolutely crazy. But it was a good atmosphere. The food looked amazing in there.
Yep.
Again, the Americans were propping up the table there. They had the club sandwiches
Oh, they did.
and the pepperoni pizza.
But that was a weird thing about Dublin, I would say, is the fact that the accents, we didn't hear a lot of Dublin accents
No,
whatsoever.
there's a lot of people that are living in Dublin.
There's a lot of tourists.
Yeah, but they're living and staying and working for
Yeah,
the last couple of
Spanish.
years.
No one Irish.
Loads of Spanish guys, and then there was. Try to think what else did we heard loads of American accents.
Yep.
But yeah, it was actually really really good. And then what did we do after that? We went and we walked up to get food, didn't we? We did get food in that,
That was,
wee
yeah, we
courtyard
went for a
bit.
big massive walk, remember?
What we'll do is we'll away and put this on Instagram and on TikTok, because it'd
Yeah.
be good to show people like how we did it, because that was like how many hours were we there for? Like
From
like
From about
10
9 in the
hours?
morning until we left about 7.
Yeah.
But like take into account like the travelling back and forward to the airport, we were there for like 10 hours.
Yeah.
And it was actually so doable.
So doable.
The shopping, by the way,
Oh, it's
Unbelievable.
so
You could spend the whole day there for that, couldn't you?
we went in that what do you call that again, like pre-loved shop that had all the designer stuff. Nadine Merabi dresses for like €90 and all
Yeah.
that.
Louis
Gorgeous.
Vuitton, there was-
Chanel bags.
Yep, like all the bougie
It was
stuff.
very, very good. And then we tried to find this place. It's called The Blind Pig. This is
Oh,
like
this is a whole weird situation.
speakeasy, as they call it. Which I said that twice, and you were like, "What are you
I've
talking
never
about?"
heard of anything we call a speakeasy.
It's like a wee drinking place, like a little small drinking hub.
Oh.
I thought you would have been part of the rat pick. Thought you would have known what speakeasy was.
It was hidden, wasn't it? It's meant to be like a hidden thing that's all over TikTok.
hidden to the point where even the people in the local shops around
Yeah, they
the
didn't
area,
even know.
because we were obviously, I was Pokemon going it, and I was like, we're here, but it's nowhere to be seen, but it's hidden. And you go and it's like a book, it looks like a bookcase, and you see a wee pig's head in the side, and you press it and the bookcase opens and you walk in and it's a wee bar. But when we went into this place, it was like a shop next to us. In fact, it was a souvenir shop. I wondered, did we get a souvenir at all?
We did.
We
Did
did,
we get a
so I get it out.
This is going to be our new thing,
Right,
right?
'cause I need to open the packet.
ASMR.
ASMR moment. Anytime we go anywhere, we're going to bring home a wee keepsake. And it's going to be a wee
Oh,
magnet.
what does it say?
It says, a little Irish luck.
It's a little shamrock.
It is.
and it's a magnet, so you can just magnet that over there onto the side, Lauren.
I made it.
Yeah. So I don't
Okay, we
even.
never got one in
nice.
Portugal, so we're going to have to go back.
I'm gonna have to. Go
Oh, there we
That's
go. That's very sweet.
Where are we going to go next?
Imagine this place just fills up.
magnets.
Amazing. But yeah, we were in there, and I said to the girl that worked in the shop, I was like, have you heard of the blind pig? Like, we can't find it, and it says we're here.
And she did like a wee side eye moment of like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come
You're
here,
looking for the
I'll
blind
tell
pig.
you.
It's just go down there, 3 shops on the right. But it was inside an Italian restaurant, and then you go down the stairs, and that's where it is. But we went in there and it was booked out. And then we went upstairs into the darkest, it was the pits of the earth, the darkest room I've ever been in my whole
it was actually
life.
ridiculous.
Your
the guy
iPhone
went,
torch is brighter than what it was in there.
it was giving me a headache. So the guy was like, oh, the one downstairs is shut off just now, but you can go upstairs to, what was that one upstairs called?
The little pig.
This one, he's like, there's a less hidden one up the stairs, but it still feels a wee bit sneaky. You go up these weird, it feels like loft stairs.
Which
and then
it did,
you
to
get
be
into-
fair. It did feel very like, shh.
And then you pull back a
Yeah.
curtain and you go in, and there's like it's like a hidden loft, isn't it?
Yep.
Where it's like pitch black.
68 different cocktails they can make.
Yeah. And there was like a few people sitting there, but it was so dark. Instantly, I was like, I want to leave. I
Yeah.
miss the daylight.
It's a pure sleeping tablet. But let's be
Uh-huh.
honest, if you go in there, you're falling asleep. But anyway, we were like, what's happening with the one downstairs? We wanted to do the bookshelf thing and like have our moment, whatever. What was it that they said to us again?
Oh, it's filled with snobby German influencers today. We were like, oh,
Wow. Burn.
So who
Stuck
was
up.
there? I want to try and find out. I feel like we'd find it on Instagram or something.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, tagged pictures.
Who's the snobby influencer?
But yeah, that was really fun. There's a fascination with pigs. There was
which
the
they
pig
all-
spelled with an I, pig spelled with a Y.
Nobody wanted to take like accountability for it because we asked a number of people and they were like, no.
We're like, why are all your cafes and restaurants called like something pig? Is that like an Irish thing? And they were like, no.
What about that woman? No, she was like, no. It's
yeah,
not.
she wasn't.
No.
She wasn't happy about being asked that.
Weird.
So there was that, and then there's another one called the hidden pig.
Yeah.
Which is like through the back of like a bin store of like the
Why are
restaurant.
they hiding all the
And then you
places?
walk up a set of stairs, and then you need to. It's like a, you know, in Shrek when they go. You won't know this either because you don't watch anything.
I've seen Shrek.
Okay, that's good.
All
then.
of them though?
You know when you go, they go to the when they go to the leaky cauldron. That's what it's called, isn't it? And they open the wee like spy hole, and they go, "Who's there?" And then they obviously go in. That's what they do at the hidden pig. So you go over and they open the wee thing up, and you've got to give them the passcode that they've sent to you on an email, or you're not getting in.
Oh, that's good. I think
booking
we should
only.
go back another time.
Yeah.
I think we should do a wee series of different day trips places.
I love that.
I don't know if
idea.
I'd go back there right now. I'd go somewhere else
No, I would
first.
100% want to do loads of other
But
places.
yeah, I would go. I don't know if I'd go with the kids there.
No, I
There's
would.
not really much for them.
It's
that
basically
we've
it's
seen
very
anyway.
like Glasgow. It's the same as taking the kids into town.
Yeah,
like-
Glasgow's cousin.
Yeah. So we've done Ireland. We need to pick someone else next. I'm quite up for going to Geneva,
Me
Switzerland.
too. It's
Why not?
like random.
Yeah, but you can go and it's I think it's an hour and 20 minutes in the plane.
I'm glad that we actually are growing as people and like committing to our promises to ourselves, right? Because how many times have we said that we're going to do the voucher mystery holiday?
I know.
And we've never done it. But yet, see, since that, anything we have said we're going to do, we've done it.
We have.
We've been so
Do you know what the thing is for us?
Good.
We need to do it straight away. I think that's the thing. Like, see,
Yeah.
like last week we were like,
Spontaneity, no time to think about it.
you have to go, right, when are we going? If we're going to do it, we need to book it for like a week's time.
Yeah.
So if anyone's listening, go and do that with your pals. Literally set up a group chat right now and say, these are the flights. It's almost always like £35 or there or
perfect.
thereabouts. And go and just do a wee day trip.
Which thing? See if you were going to get a taxi into the town or something like that, you'd probably be no far off that.
Yeah.
Yeah, individually.
Exactly.
We're
So,
individually
like,
going to go into town, but if you were getting a taxi together, I'm going to say it's not going to be 90 quid.
no, it's not. But individually,
There
you
and back,
You
to
can
be
get
fair.
you
There
can get
and
over
back.
to a different country.
I know.
I'd like to do a Paris trip for a day.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Paris-
also so doable.
I feel like I don't want a day in Paris. I want two. Because by the
22, I'm
time
in Paris, baby, because strippers tits in my face.
I want two, because by the time you get there in the morning, right, you're probably going to miss breakfast.
Yeah.
So I
Le
would like
croissant.
to croissant, coffee. cigarette. Like,
We
You would love the life over
Wait,
there.
wait.
I would love it.
I'd be there for the croissants, to be honest, and the baguettes.
Big what?
I'm there for the food.
The big, massive bread roll. Like, I feel like you could do 2 days in Paris. I've been to Paris. Have you been to Paris?
I've been to Paris.
Have you been to Paris?
I've never been.
been
This is the only
twice.
difference, though. If you do a day trip, you don't even need to think about paying anything overnight.
I know, that's the best thing.
It adds like an extra £200 probably
I know.
if you're going to stay.
And to be honest, right, see if you're going to go somewhere overnight, like a lot of the time the next day you're leaving early doors anyway.
Yep.
So you're just going there to go to sleep.
And
Just
how
sleep
nice
when
is
you get
it?
the road.
How nice is it to get back to your own bed?
It was
like that
actually
was
great.
so weird. Fucking last night I was absolutely dying to get home.
I was so
Our
crabby.
plane got delayed, so we were meant to be at 10:15. It got delayed until I think we didn't take off until about 11:15, did we?
Yeah, it was late taking off as well.
Yeah, thanks Ryanair. And yeah, then our taxi was late and we didn't get back until like 1:30 this morning, and it is now 10 o'clock.
Guys, that taxi. I thought I was going to spew
I know.
the smell of dampness.
Yeah, it smelled like that. It smelled really
No,
bad.
Do you know what
The
it smelled
smell
like?
of dampness.
Dusty metal. It's like worky.
It was absolutely
However,
overpowering to the point where I was like, I actually just need to. Did you not notice? I basically,
Yeah, you were
I
in your jacket.
I smothered myself. I'm surprised I'm still alive. I put my full face in my jacket like a shroud, and then just fell asleep in my jacket.
he did get us home really quick.
Oh my god.
No
yeah.
suspension belongs in that car. There's no, it doesn't exist.
No,
He was not scared by speed bumps whatsoever,
Or
was he?
potholes.
no.
I'm surprised we didn't take off. We really did go at like 80 miles an hour.
There may have
See,
been
to
no
be honest
engine.
though-
Maybe it was just his feet, Fred Flintstone.
I was taking the smell over the time. 'Cause
Yeah.
I thought we are home rapid, and that's all I want.
Yep.
I was just desperate for a shower and a little half cup of tea.
Oh, did you have a half cup?
I actually
old
went home.
fashioned.
I went home and my towel was ready for me in the bathroom.
Oh,
my
nice.
jammies were lying on the bed and my cup of tea was sitting by my bed.
Oh, that's perfect.
I
I walked in and my whole house smelled unbelievable, and I was like, "Why does it smell like washing so strongly in here? Like more so than just hanging a washing up." Ella got money at the wedding we were at the weekend. Like all the it's like family members, like relatives all give money to the kids. So she was like, she got 40 quid, right? And she was like, I really want to spend my money this week. I was like, what are you wanting to buy? And she was, what?
Are you going to say she bought fabric softener?
No, she bought. Well,
I was
to be honest,
This
I've
is
it's still, by the way, not confirmed. So it may well have been the case. I walked in. Do you know what she'd done? She'd seen a bedding set that she loved in Matalan and wanted to buy it for her room.
Oh, that is so
Did she
cute.
buy it?
It's got wee pumpkins on it and it's fluffy. But she's like, it's neutral, it's
love it.
cream. Like, it's cream with little, like, taupe coloured, like, pumpkins all over it.
That is really cute.
And she wants it all cosy for Halloween. How
I
cute
love
is that?
that.
Charlie got FIFA points, obviously.
Of course.
Just shows the differences between the two of them. But Fraser'd washed the bedding and then hung up. It smelled amazing. The
I
whole
thought
house
you were going to
smells like her
say
bedding.
Ella wanted tallow and ash fabric softener, so she got
Which is,
that.
by the way, amazing. Have you tried that before?
I haven't
tried
smelled it, but
it.
I can tell by looking at it that I would
I've had
like
two
it.
of them, Duvet Day, and I've had the Oud one. Odyssey,
love
actually.
an
Is it
Oud.
maybe Odyssey? Amazing. Tallow and ash. It's very good.
I need to get it. There's just no better smell.
To be honest, I don't use it for
love a smelly
everyday
thing.
washing. I've just had it a couple of times to
Do you use it for your nice stuff?
more for like my bedding and stuff like that. I've used it before.
A treat stuff.
I've done it twice. 'Cause I think it's been out for like over a year now.
I just like the bottles.
It's spenny, but it's
Very
just a wee
pretty.
treat.
See, before we move on from the island chat, can we do a rant of the week?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have got a couple. And it's actually aimed at a specific brand. I don't know if you call them a brand.
Get your rant out.
What do we call them? Right, play the intro now. Ryanair. I'm going to address you directly to the camera if you're watching this, Ryan.
Oh.
Why?
I'm not sure Air's his second name, but we'll go with it.
It's never actually occurred to me that it could be somebody called Ryan. And
Ryanair. Ryan from Air.
Ryanair. Wow.
Right.
Okay.
Why?
Eye-opening.
In fact, there's two parts to this, right?
Okay.
Part A of the rant is why are your planes so unbelievably fusty and hot?
True.
It is like walking into somebody's breath. See, first thing in the morning, that was morning breath.
Morning breath.
In a time capsule of morning breath.
10 of
We actually walked in from the fresh air and we all turned around and went, oh my God.
Yeah.
It was so breathy and hot and disgusting. And actually, on the way
Panty.
back, we were prepared for it. We were actually like properly inhaling the oxygen
Yeah.
before we got on to take a deep breath because we knew it was going to be really bad. And actually the windows were steamed up with breath.
It was so
Crack
bad.
a window. Or just even keep the fire exits open for a wee bit. I know they can't open the
You
windows.
kind of can't when you're like thousands of feet in the air.
I would take that. See if it's going to be freezing cold. Fine. I just don't want to be breathing breath and adding to it. It was horrific. Part 2
Okay.
is the bus from the plane to the airport building. I'm fucking traumatised by that. It was breathy again. But imagine the breathy with everyone's armpits out.
Yeah. And by this point, it was like 12, like midnight kind of idea.
We were delayed 2 hours. We were on the plane in the breath for an hour. And then we got on the bus and everyone put their arms up. It is the worst situation you could ever imagine.
I don't know why, but in the breath really got me.
It was so
Like we're all in a big puff of smoke. We're all in the breath.
Everyone standing with their arms up. And we're obviously like, we were below that. I'm 5'3". I was right in somebody's armpit, just waiting.
I was worried because you were standing like beside me. I said, am I the problem?
And also the typical, what do we call this? That guy, the most obnoxious thing to do. He just took a whole pole. See, rather than like
Holding the pole,
Holding the
healing
pole
his
and letting
entire
everyone-
body on the pole.
and his bag and all that, he just stretched out.
Fucking baloo.
So we were just
Scratching against the pole.
me and you just had to rely on balance basically while we're driving because there's nowhere to hold.
Balance
because,
and boots.
It was Pilates
good.
at that point where we're just having it was horrendous. They need to change the process.
If they know a full plane's coming off that, surely there's a bigger bus than that.
I can't
Yeah.
handle that. I have to just keep looking up because I'm claustrophobic, Darren.
Oh yeah, you have to really like send yourself somewhere else.
The airport was pure quiet. We could have just walked
I
it.
could have.
We could have cut through.
I would have definitely taken walking over
Same.
that
Every time.
experience.
And
But
unless they took us like a convoluted route, I'm going to say that was not walkable.
Oh, 100% was.
we needed a torch.
What? Through the what do you even call it?
The pitch black airfield.
No, what do you call the court that they actually stand in? Like
Vineyard.
the plane yard. That's not the name.
You made that up.
Voice in the sky. What do they call the area where the planes are?
I don't know. I'll have to Google it.
It's okay. Sometimes I think we come off stupid and you're like, oh my God, it's called the plane park.
But see, at the end of the day, though, Ryan, I do feel like for a £35 return, it's fine.
£35 return. We
We'll
took
take
it.
it. We'll
We
take
took
it.
that crash landing as well. That actually.
We're all lucky I'm alive today.
I wish we'd videoed that. Oh my God.
You know what like it is when you're on the plane, right, and you fall asleep and you're trying to find, you either have, I would say probably a total of, let me try and work it out, 1, 2, 3, you have 4. You've got 4 ways in which you can sleep. Bearing in mind, we didn't have tray tables. So in this case, we would have had 4 options. Sometimes you have 5 of the ways you can sleep in the plane. You can either go straight back and head tilted up. You can kink your neck to one side, one shoulder. You can do the same the other way. Or you can go straight down, your chin down. And at that point, you have to, just because your head is the heaviest part of your body, you have to go forwards, right?
Yep.
So I was leaning the top of my head on the seat in front of me, not in the kind of annoying
There was
kids
nobody-
kicking your
there was nobody in
seat
front of you
thing.
anyway.
Oh, great. Well, that's good. I would have maybe leaned harder if that were
Yeah.
the case. When that plane landed, bear in mind I was in my full slumber. So when the plane landed, bear in mind I had disassociated from where I was. I was no longer in the breath. I was just in my dreams.
Probably breathing about being
I
in
am
someone's
not
mouth.
even joking. I didn't think it crashed, as in like fell out the sky. I thought it had nosedived onto the tarmac.
It sounded like a crash, didn't it?
There is,
felt like a
he
crash.
100% curbed his alloys at a minimum. There is
Easy.
something happened. That noise.
It didn't even, it wasn't like, see, sometimes it would be
Bang.
like a bang, 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 bang. It just went bang so loud and you shot up.
No, I never shot up.
You shot forward.
My head went bang off the seat in front of me, and I went, "What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened?" Yeah, I thought the plane had fully nosedived onto the tarmac.
It was that was
It was
a
terrifying.
brutal landing. It
I don't
really
think I've ever
was.
had a soft landing with Ryanair though, have you? It's always the same.
can't remember.
But £35 return, can't complain.
Still recommend it.
Yes,
Aye, 10 out of 10, worth it.
Just really do that
As
brace
Ailey says,
yourself thing.
It's good for the plot.
It's good for the plot. It is
Good
good for the plot, and I wouldn't pay any more. That's the thing. If you're going to have to pay to get all these things away, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, as in
take
if you
it.
were to take a better flight and all that.
Uh-huh.
Nah,
See if
it's not worth it.
See if it was like aircon, fresh air, additional £30, I'd be like, nah, I can do it.
Nah.
I can do it for an hour.
I'll just take a really big breath before I get on. It's fine. Don't worry
Smooth
about it.
landing. Nah, I'll just brace myself.
Absolutely.
I wish I had some forewarning.
We
That
should have
would
done
have been
the.
I didn't realise we were so low though, because you know how when you usually land a plane, you almost feel like the kind of like pull towards the ground and it kind of bounces,
Yeah.
and then you go down.
Yeah,
No, this guy
This did not have the couple of bounces.
He went
before.
straight for it. That's
did.
why.
Yeah, I know, there was no
He wasn't
foreplay.
easing us in. He just went
That's
right.
it.
There was no
Right, right to the tarmac.
there was no floor play.
You love a wee pun.
I do
don't
love
you?
a wee
Fine
pun.
with me for too long. You'll be sitting there. By the way, can we also talk about the fact that we had been together all day, right? Therefore, the social battery was drained. But we were
Done.
fine. We were fine until we were delayed.
Yeah.
Is that that's
Uh-huh.
the truth? Eh?
That's when it killed it.
Fine, and then when
We
got
actually
off
took the first delay well.
The first delay was fine. The
Second
second
delay
delay.
hit us like a Ryanair landing.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
So true. But then when we got off at the other end, obviously we had no luggage because it was just our handbags.
That is
And
the
it-
best thing
oh,
ever, by
very
the way.
freeing, very
How
light.
liberating do you feel?
Very light. So we got to the other end and we were looking for our taxi. And I went into a bit of a scroll hole. Just had to get my social media fix.
I feel like you'd fell into that before we went on the plane, because you actually said on the plane, you went, I'm just fast forwarding through everything, all my conspiracy theories, so that I can catch up on them.
Yeah.
And so I can get a wee
But I could hear
dopamine
them.
hit before we
And
took
I was
off.
kind of thinking, is other people hearing this? Because there was one that was like, did you know that the moon is missing? And you look at you and you're like, oh my God. Guys, have you seen this?
No one's seen
Look
the
at
moon
the
since
face.
September 16th.
Can you see that face? Look, there's the eyes. I think that's God.
There's God behind the moon. Weirdly, in all those pictures, God, I don't know if anyone's seen this, right?
What's
Look
it
up
called
on
again?
TikTok, the face behind the moon.
No, it's got a name though. Doesn't matter, just search that.
There's a like clips from like different people have recorded all around the world, right? Of it looks like a face behind the moon, but
It doesn't even look like a face next to it.
It is a face next
I'll
to it.
never that miss
It-
conspiracy theory. It is a face.
it is a face. But
And it never changes.
maybe it's just the same Photoshop. Could just be the same Photoshop.
This is it. We'll never know.
It looks exactly like God from Teen Angel, doesn't it? It looks like the head out of Teen Angel.
There
I
is
feel like somebody's having a
no
laugh.
explanation for it.
Do you know what we should do? We should.
I'm going to do it on my phone then,
Yeah,
right?
we should
see when
make
we
a fake
find the moon
picture.
again because it's been missing for a while.
It's not.
When the moon comes back, then I'm going to do it. You're apparently meant to like lower your exposure like to the lowest it'll go, zoom in, take a picture, and then make it like change the contrast, and it's like a full face beside the moon.
Will you
How
do
weird,
that tonight?
how weird that they saw the face
I won't be
behind
able
the
to. It's
moon.
lost, Lauren. Did you not
It's
hear
not,
the TikTok?
It's back.
Do you know who's
It's
taking
here.
it? Clearly, the face behind the moon. The fact there was a face behind the moon for the first time ever, and then a few weeks later the moon's missing. Weird.
He ate it.
I'm gonna propose we do
Like a wee mint imperial. Yum yum yum.
Can we do an experiment, right, where we Photoshop one of our faces behind the moon, right? Post it on TikTok and say, does anyone else notice this? You also post it from your
Pure looks
location.
like Ashley behind the moon.
But I guarantee, right, see if the video takes off, there will be people that fully believe it.
Yep.
And then it'll become a legend. Remember that time in October 2024 where there was a face but spotted multiple times within the same 5 mile radius?
And it was also moving. It was clicking like this.
There's a face and a hand that looks like it's clicking behind the
And
moon.
it says Rat Pack. It's so strange.
I think we should do that. I think we should start our own little conspiracy and just see if it takes off. All we have to do is post it on all 3 of our accounts plus the Girls Overheard one, and it'll get onto the right algorithm, and then it'll take off, and people will probably start seeing our faces as well.
But can we make sure that we present it like Jaguar, right?
Yeah, that's your Halloween costume. I really want you to do that. For
Yeah, you should do
for
that.
Halloween.
It's very you.
You need to present all the facts in the style of Jaguar, right, with that music behind you. See, we were on holiday, right, and me and my sister were like,
What is that wee tune?
There's a couple, right? I would say there's like 3 that they reuse with all the Diddy stories, right? I can't off the top of my head, but there's one that's like,
I got
"Dad on it." I've got 5 on it. Is that what they say?
I've got 5 on
What
it.
does that mean? Like you've got a hand on it?
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun.
And then there's the other one that's like, "Rest in peace to Ali. Rest in peace to
Guys, I actually love it so much. See the way that they're allegedly saying Beyonce is like behind a lot of this like Illuminati stuff. Alleged, could be made up, could be real. We've seen all these like spoofs that people are making, and it's like she knows, and it's the picture of Gemma Collins falling in Strictly, and it's like we all know who really pushed Gemma Collins. Not Strictly, Dancing on Ice. We all really know who pushed
That was the
Gemma,
best.
and then they've got a picture of Beyonce performing live at her concert, and she's twerking, and she's got like a pure like what would you say? She looks like she's growling in it. And they've like faded it. She looks like a ghost. And then Gemma's fallen and Beyonce's twerked her.
It's a whole Beyonce's fault. By the way,
She knows.
quick update on that, right? This might be out of date by the time this goes out, but Beyonce and Jay-Z have actually said that Piers Morgan needs to take down part of the interview.
He got a cease and desist.
Yeah, that Jaguar, right, had all the allegations out loud, basically, but she said it because they said it on TV, they've actually had to come out and say, like, stop saying that. Whereas all the stuff on TikTok, Beyonce's obviously just having to ignore.
Yeah, because there's nothing you can
But
do
she's
about
not
it.
happy about Piers
I
Morgan
mean,
being
what
involved.
I would say is unless you've physically seen the cease and desist, that could also be made up.
Yeah.
Because the other thing could be that they've threatened him. Mm-hmm. Like,
Yeah, true.
like financially or whatever. Maybe he's got some secrets you don't know, allegedly. It's just a thought. There could well be a thing where they go, oh my God, I need to get that off there immediately because they've got powers higher than me.
So it just
And
shows how
I need to
behind.
just say the reason why I'm taking office because I get a cease and desist.
Yeah. It shows how behind they are, right? Because if Beyonce's like, I don't want that on TV because then everyone's going to see it. More people have seen it on TikTok.
Yeah, no one watches
Like
it
everyone
as
is
much.
fully versed in this. We've seen all information about the whole story, allegedly. Anyway, were you going to read something off the phone?
Who knows? Well, I thought we
She
would go
knows.
back to
She
last
knows.
week and we'd put up some boxes, and it was, what's one thing that you think people should talk more openly about? Because we never really went through these last week.
No, we never.
Okay.
We never
So-
got. Even though we had an hour-long episode, we actually never got to that last
So
week.
sorry, guys. Well, I just read them off quick
Go on then.
Yeah.
fire.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Right. Money. That not everyone wants a big career.
Yes.
That's true.
How you totally lost yourself as you get older and then realise you don't have any hobbies, then trying to get going with new hobbies when you've lost all your confidence.
That's so true. That's horrible, that actually, because it's like you wish you had the confidence of your younger self to get the hobbies as an adult, like
Yep.
as a more grown adult. Like
Because that's like how you meet people and everything like
yeah,
that.
and then that's why you get a lot of people who do like running clubs or
Yeah.
like going to the gym or like whatever.
Or come
like-
to podcast shows by themselves.
yes, which by the way is on Friday.
So it is. Oh my
It's
God.
Friday night.
It's literally 5 days away.
That is
If there's tickets
sickening.
left, there could be tickets. There might not be tickets left by now.
I don't know, but by the way,
Let's just-
we've just watched our intros and our break, and oh my God, gotten ourselves.
Actually,
Not going to say much more. That's it.
Dying for you to see it.
Can't wait. Right. Gynecology, vaginas, real life, everyday, vaginal talk.
Oh, you've come to the right place.
We do all of that. We normalise all of that. We talk
Well, we
about it
do.
more than we should.
We've
talk
said
about
labia
prawns and
majora.
shields.
We've said labia majora more than anyone.
Majora or minora?
Who knows?
Minora majora.
Can't promise it'll be accurate, but
By the way, this is the thing though. Like, I feel in America they all have things that we don't have. I'm not talking about like
majora.
majoras and minoras. I mean, in like, it appears. Murray's going to be like, shut up, because that's not true. It appears that they all seem to have a therapist.
Yeah.
And they all seem to have a gynecologist.
Yep.
An
Like, we-
OBGYN.
Oh, they have an
I'm gonna
obgyn.
have all those letters.
I know, but an OBGYN is
That's
basically
a
your
gynecologist.
maternity.
That's obgyn.
No, but they say OBGYN.
No, they do not.
I swear
Yeah, they
don't
do.
A, B, C, D,
Murray,
E, F, G.
they actually say it.
An OBGYN.
They don't say it, they spell it.
Yeah.
OBGYN is such a fun thing to say, and I just wish I
That is.
could have reason to
I
say
seen
it.
a thing the other day and it was like, not being funny, but see if I was one of the letters of the alphabet, I'd be so jealous of LMNOP.
LMNOP.
Why are they such a clique together and then no one else is included? LMNOP are like the top tier
LMNOP.
group.
That's
They're
what
the
that-
bitches of the
It's
school.
always the bit that you look forward to when you're doing the
Yeah.
alphabet.
LMNOP.
Right, what about long hair girls picking hair out their bum cracks and their vag?
Do we need to talk about it more than just saying that?
Definitely agree.
What do we say? Like, right. We don't talk about it enough, but I feel like it's a sentence in itself, and
It is.
that's
Everybody
it.
knows it happens.
And we know it happens,
We know
but
it happens.
how
That's
can-
just how the water flow works. That's where it
It's
goes.
going to trickle down to the meeting point, and then it gets stuck in the Grand Canyon.
This is it. And then it's the Niagara Falls.
Maybe all we have to do is just say that's okay. It's okay.
It's okay, but it's also not. It's not a conversation like that can really be had more than that sentence.
There's no way to avoid it.
I love how like if that was a full
We're actually
conversation.
disproving that right now because we're literally talking about it for more than a sentence.
See if there was like a table of people and the serious responses are like, I think we need to talk about money and stress that it can get on people. Like, I think we need to talk about mental health. Well, I think we need to talk about hair and
Hair
your
in
butt
the bum
crack.
crack. Hair in the bum crack.
Right, death and dying.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I feel like right that and dum. I feel like death and dying is not spoken about enough, and also not explored enough on like a day-to-day
You kind of can't explore it though
basis.
because there's no coming back.
Right, no, but what I'm saying, right? See how far we've advanced from whenever we arrived. However you believe that happens. We're so intelligent now, right? Not us, the world.
You guys.
collectively. How do we not know what happens, like properly what happens when you die?
Because we can't communicate.
I know that, but like how do we even know like what, like we don't know that enough?
Do you know why? Because everyone who's died can't come back and tell us. That's what I always say to the
I
kids
know.
if they ask me what happens. I'm like, I don't know, because everyone that's died can't tell
How
us.
can we not prove or disprove
Like the airport, once you're through, you can't go back.
Yeah, how can we not prove or disprove psychic mediums? How can we not prove or disprove like wherever your like like your consciousness was before it became here? Like how can you not prove that stuff? Like I find it really annoying because I'm like, we live our lives blind to the fact that we're all going to die. We just accept it because that's fine, but nobody actually says like what is the point in life? Why are we here? What is the mission?
Here
I
for a
don't know,
good
but I
time,
can
not a long
tell you
time.
this. We're here for a good time, not for a long
Not for
time.
a long time, but I also agree with that statement. Why are we not talking about that more often? It's the inevitable. So why is there not like, I was going to say research, you can't research it, but like, do you know what I'm trying to
I
say?
think that's why. It's because you can never get to a point with it.
Yeah,
you can never
it's
actually
so annoying.
finish the conversation
It's
because
so
nobody knows.
frustrating though. I find that the most annoying thing to even speak about.
I find it pure hard
Like
with kids.
now, somebody wants to talk about hemorrhoids. ... ass grapes.
I've never had that.
I've never had a hemorrhoid.
And I hate to say it, but I feel like I would like to see what it looks like because I don't understand the grapes thing. I don't get it.
Is it not meant to be like if
Grapes
you
are
poo-
massive, by the way.
Well, it depends what ones you get, but you do get ones that are like literally that big. with big
Some
seeds
grapes
in them.
I've had have been very, very long.
The ones in Portugal were massive. They're like melons.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So if people are having them in their bums, how are they walking? And it's multiple.
I just always remember Big Mo having them in EastEnders and she sat on a cushion.
like the bus driver had the other day.
Oh my God, he must have had
He was sitting on a wee donut.
like he'd just given birth.
Yeah, bless him.
It was actually like a neck thing you get for the airplane.
Yeah.
This is the thing though, but are you supposed to like, do you push them back in?
Oh,
In
see if I
where?
had them, I'd be like, right,
I
get
don't know if
organised
they're-
back in there. I'd be.
Are they
yeah.
supposed
Can
to
you
live
pop
inside you?
Oh, that made me feel a wee bit
I
sick.
feel like we can't have this conversation because we don't know
We
enough.
have
We don't
no.
We're definitely searching it in Google though in a minute.
Right. Doing the type of poo you can only enjoy when you remove at least 2 items of clothing. I'm sorry, I can say categorically, I've never experienced.
That's definitely just you.
Same.
The reason we're not talking about that more is because that's just you.
Because you get hot. Do you feel claustrophobic?
I've seen people say this. Some people can't go to the toilet without taking it all off. We spoke about this years ago on the pod. I remember someone else saying that they had to fully remove all their clothes.
Right back to nature.
That's
Yeah.
that is
For
that,
what reason,
that is
though?
really tickled me.
What would do? Also, why 2 items and why not just fully everything?
I know. Like, is it maybe like pants?
You
and
are
trousers?
taking 2 items off because you're taking off your pants and your trousers.
No, but they're still round your ankle. Like, is that too?
Well, it feels really embarrassing. It's maybe
most
less
vulnerable.
embarrassing to not have them hanging around your ankles.
But just be naked.
Yeah, maybe that's less
I
embarrassing.
think I would feel
Fold them on the
more
side.
vulnerable. Sex women watching porn, get the Pornhub on and go to town on yourselves and admit it.
Oh, and admit it. Sure.
I think this is an open space here. I think more people should talk about the stressful side of parenting so people don't feel alone. I feel like that's all I fucking do is moan about the
Yeah.
kids.
And to be honest,
I
I
think
feel
I
like I
speak less
hear
on
so and I think sometimes it depends, right? If you're talking about like being online and that's the kind of chat. Sometimes I remember when the kids were younger, it felt like my algorithm just so constantly served me this sort of like bashing motherhood type stuff, like
it's so hard.
so
and
not
you
even
can't
just that.
do
It's
this
like
and
it's like the pure taking the piss stuff. Like, oh, the kids are so annoying, and oh, all I get to do is that. And I kind of thought, like, I remember at the time being like, no, I actually don't feel like that though. I really actually love being a mum, and I actually really love doing all the boring mum stuff. Like, I actually really enjoy that. And I felt a lot of the time it was like it was almost like you were, if you did say that, then it was like you're showing off.
yeah.
When actually,
As if you're putting
that's some people's norm, that they just really enjoy it.
Yeah, because it was like at one point I definitely feel like it was, if you were to go online and say like, well, I do get up in the morning and my kids are all dressed by 7:30 and they're always well turned out and I've always get my hair and my makeup done, it's like, oh, you're setting an unrealistic expectation.
Oh, I hate the
And
whole
seeing
unrealistic thing.
Seeing
Just
the
sounds
best
like
in the
you're a
world,
bit
you're like,
jealous.
do you know what? I'm fucking not setting an unrealistic expectation because I do it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And if I'm
it's
doing it,
realistic, exactly.
then you can do it.
100%. And I also think there was always this thing of like, oh, I can't wait to just shove the kids back into school, and I can't wait until they go to their bed, and I can't wait. I'm like, you wanted the kids.
Yeah, but then also like
you wanted them. You
a
fucking
couple-
tried really hard, and there could be couples that are desperately trying to have kids.
Yeah.
And you're almost like not appreciating your children. And how do you think
And
they
we all
would
get
feel?
nights like that, though.
Of course you do, right? It's
We do.
life. You get that with
We don't always
everybody. You get it
post
with your best
No.
pals. You get it with your husbands. You get it with your parents. Like, you have that, right?
Are you talking
But-
about last night? Were you sick of us?
No, I wasn't sick of you. I just had enough conspiracy on my TikTok. That was all. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of that I go like, you don't realise your kids are going to see that when they're older.
Exactly.
And be like absolutely gutted that you couldn't wait to ship them off to bed at like 7:30. Mm-hmm. Like, don't, you can still say I pure enjoy my nights, but don't make them the
100%.
villain. It pure pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because they're just kids. Don't get me wrong, they can all be dicks sometimes, but you know.
But so can we.
Exactly. Sometimes I do actually say to myself, like, you're being so unreasonable right now. Like, you're the one that needs
You
to
have to
time
give
out.
yourself the mum talk in your
Yeah.
head. Like, how
Do
would
you
I
ever
speak
get
to
over?
me?
Do you ever get over like simulated with your kids sometimes, where you like maybe get a bit snappy or something like that, and then afterwards, do you apologise?
What to your kids?
Do you
Always.
I always apologise to the
Always.
kids.
It's
Yeah.
so bloody important to do
I
that.
think it's like I think that's like a new thing.
Sorry,
Like,
Helen.
I think that's a new thing, as in like our generation all apologise to their kids.
How many times have you snapped at the kids' butt and went, they actually done nothing? That was me.
Yep.
I was pure stressed out, or I was in a grumpy mood.
I made us all late
Uh-huh.
because I didn't get the time right, and now I'm pissed off because we're late and they're getting the brunt of it.
Yeah.
And then I always go, I'm so sorry, I'm just like really stressed out.
Yeah.
It's totally not your fault.
Absolutely. How do you expect them to do it if you can't even do it? Right. Well, this one kind of tells on to how difficult it actually is when you become a mum. Or this one says being a mum and putting yourself first. That is so important.
Yeah, true.
Like, don't forget yourself. Being a step parent and how difficult it can be, which we can't.
No, can't talk about
Well,
it.
Yeah,
we can't really
we
talk
can't
about
talk
that,
about
but
it.
can appreciate it. Money.
Money is
Salary.
so hard to talk about. This is the only thing, because it's
Debt.
so different. It's not as if we can share a point that people are going to be like, yeah, that makes
Yeah, it's
sense, because
individualised.
it's so individual. So how can you ever like have a generalised discussion about it?
Absolutely, it's so tricky. I think for a lot of people, but it's like they want to know, they want almost that, and I actually think we are quite good at this, going, oh, I'm pure skint this month, like, let's not go out for lunch, or
Yeah.
let's just
Yeah.
avoid like going for a coffee, for a meeting, we'll just come to somebody's house or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's that kind of aspect of
Yeah,
people
not being
being a wee
embarrassed to
bit
say,
more
yeah.
like, no, I can't afford to go out for that meal this week, we'll need to wait until I get paid next week, or
Yeah, and there's
blah,
no shame
blah.
because we're all paying our
Absolutely not.
houses and all that. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like there's things on.
Plus, you get months as well where you're like, why is everybody born in this month? Why has
Uh-huh.
everybody
I
got a
know.
birthday?
Why is
Why is
everything needing replaced this month?
Yeah.
Like, why
Yeah.
is my car broken? Why has this happened to
Why
me?
have I getting 2 weddings back to back, 1 week
Yeah.
apart and all that? Like, that's us last month.
Like, it's so, like, you can start it though.
But we
can
can
be the
look
one
more
to
at them
say.
and we can go into depth in some of them, can't we?
Yeah.
'Cause we've got loads more where that came from.
Can I give you guys, before we finish up for this episode, can I give you guys a dirty dictionary?
Yeah.
It's the Dirty Dictionary, baby. Oh, yeah.
So I have a couple of contenders for this week, right?
Okay.
But I'll give you two. One's not dirty.
Okay.
I'll give you two. What is a shunk?
A shunk.
It's
I just
actually a
instantly-
hybrid.
Yeah, right. That's what I always go
Hybrid?
for.
Is
Something
this,
trunk.
What do you call that again when they do like
That's
a
a hybrid.
a Bennifer, Jennifer, that type
Yeah,
of
a hybrid, isn't
A
it? They mix two together.
Okay.
Nickname.
I'm going to say it's something trunk. Shit trunk.
Oh.
I don't know what that would be, but those
Is
are the
this
words
the
I'm
dirty
going for.
one?
Well, it's a dirty dictionary.
No, which said one's not dirty.
Oh, that's not?
I don't really think any of them are that dirty this week, but it's just words that I want to.
A shunk. Carol, could we have it in a sentence, please?
I feel like the shunk on the street showed off. something
Oh, it's
like
a hunk. The
Short hunk.
short
Nearly.
hunk's good.
Is it a she hunk?
Yes! Well done.
A she
It's a
hunk.
fit, lean, often well-muscled woman who is sexually attractive. The shunk on the street showed off her chiselled abs with a tummy-bearing tank top.
Oh, Mel C instantly comes to mind.
A shunk.
Shunk.
I thought that we would just be friends.
Can't believe you forgot
Never
Lisa
be the
Lefty
same
Lopez
again.
was on that song.
Yeah, I did.
What a tune.
Also, what is this, right?
Yeah.
A hectare hunter.
A hector hunter.
A girl who likes farmers.
Oh, yes.
Is that bang on?
It is. Someone, it's basically the farming version of a gold digger.
Farming.
So she's looking for a farmer.
She's looking for a man whose family have got farmland.
Lots of land.
She's a hectare hunter.
She's looking
Wow.
hectare hunter.
Why? Is that because farmers are rich?
Yeah.
Are they?
But yeah, they actually, I'm assuming, must make a lot of money. They also have a lot of land, so they must have a lot of money to have the land in the first place.
Yeah.
Well, usually it's
They
passed
just
down, isn't
they
it?
don't give off rich man vibes.
They don't.
With
they
the
wear a lot of
dungarees and their
plaid.
hat and their tractors.
They don't
They're not
wear.
fucking like scarecrows.
I know.
A little bit of straw hanging out their mouth.
But they never get time off.
No, they
Like
don't.
they work 24/7.
Well, in the winter, do they not? Because they're not growing their crops, are they?
I don't know, but see when they
They're
go
milking
out,
cows.
when they go out, they love a night out because the farmers in my bit, when they go down the pub, stay out. They love it.
I don't know any farmers. I wish I knew at least one. So I could ask them some questions.
I don't know any farmers.
Maybe we should go hectare hunting. Get some more info. I don't mean
We're
ready.
so good for it.
I'm
Between
ready.
us and the Tinder, really.
Let's find a hectare and ask him some questions. Okay. Let's
Someone
find a hectare
actually-
and set him up with somebody. That'd be good. Imagine we find someone a farmer.
Farmer wants a wife.
That's
The
what we
farmer
call it.
wants a wife.
No, that was a programme. That was an actual programme.
The farmer
wants a wife.
What was that?
It was, and they were setting up the farmer with wives. It's been done.
Where they?
Yeah,
You would never
right.
have known.
Well, do you know what?
The BBC got there first. I'm sure it was the BBC.
They always do.
Someone actually messaged us and said, "Hey gals, there's a new feature on Tinder that lets you take control of your pal's Tinder account for a few hours.
So
That is
fun.
so good.
If none of your pals, if none of your pals have it, let me know and you can try mine.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you'll have more luck than me." And then she sent us a screenshot and it says, "Let your friends play matchmaker. Invite a friend to recommend potential matches. They don't need to download the app. You'll see their recommendations in 4 hours." And it says, "Yes, invite friends," or "No thanks."
Please, can we do that?
The Tinder takeover.
The Tinder takeover. We should do it on live.
Yes.
How
Do it
fun
on
would
live.
that be?
That is so
Let's do
fun.
that. Right, we're going to move on to confessions now. If you want to join us, go and click the link and unlock all the episodes, not just this one that's coming up.
Yep.
Unlock them all. They come out every Wednesday, but you can catch up on last week's if you haven't already.
And if you don't already have your
Last
show
week's.
tickets, go and double check the link that is in the bio, is it?
Yeah.
Description.
Link in bio, link in bio.
And go and follow us
And the show
on
notes.
TikTok at Girls Overheard, Instagram at Girls Overheard, join the Facebook secret chat.
And next week
YouTube.
we'll tell you how the show went.
Hope we'll see you there.
Bye.
Bye.